Ba-na-na-na-na-na.
Hanging out, down the street, same old thing. We did last week. Not a thing to do. But talk to you. We're all right. We're all right. Hello, Wisconsin.
Something about Eric Bischoff saying something about CM Punk. What was that about?
Oh yeah, so long story short, he's pretty much saying that CM Punk has, for better words, under delivered since his return to professional wrestling in AEW. He pretty much said, to paraphrase, that he's been underperforming since the big hype of his return, and the AEW is claiming to be in competition with WWE, but they have not yet gone head to head with them on the same time. So they're pretty much saying y'all gotta do better if y'all really trying to compete for real. Because other than that, y'all just battling ratings on different days.
Okay.
Tony Khan been talking bad. He's been talking big trash anyway on Twitter. I don't know if you've been peeping them.
Has Bischoff got points being made here? Kinda. However, let me give you some counterpoints here in regards to CM Punk. Number one, CM Punk is now in his 40s, and he's wrestling again for the first time since he was in his early 30s. That's a significant change of, bodily usage in the wrestling ring that has gone unused. Now, not only that, but it's his first few matches back in. He's still got a load of ring rust. Let him get into the groove of things. Once we get into, I want to say maybe February or March, to the point where he's like, a regular, and it's not, shiny new toy. CM Punk's back. We've gotten to feel things. We've gotten used to the fact that CM Punk's back, and we're starting to, actually watch it as a current performer as opposed to rose-colored lenses, and he's still in the state, then we got a problem. But until then, again, he's getting back into the swing of things. He hasn't performed in a ring in over 7 years. He hasn't actually professionally wrestled since Ring of Honor. So getting back into the speed of actual pro wrestling as opposed to sports entertainment wrestling, that's kind of what he's trying to get back into. Now, as far as the ratings go, not ratings, as far as AEW and the whole war thing, they've already made their beds, kind of, in a sense of, y'all have already set the time frames of y'all's shows against Monday Night Raw and Friday Night SmackDown. You've put your main show Dynamite in the middle of the week on Wednesday, which I thought was relatively smart thing to do. Y'all made Rampage the 10 o'clock slot right after SmackDown. Y'all aren't directly competing with SmackDown, but y'all are coming up the bat after SmackDown, pretty much telling them this is how it's done. Yeah, but you could also be taking the WCW route. But I also have to ask, what did the WCW route lead? Fair point. On a strategic scale, it has its pros and cons that you're doing a show on a separate day of the week where WWE is not doing the show. All right. That way, you're showing people wrestling that they don't see during a certain day of the week. They don't watch wrestling anymore. So now you're getting a buzz off that. To where on Fridays, when motherfuckers finish watching SmackDown, if they still, it's still fired up and still want to watch another hour of wrestling, you tune in to Rampage. It makes sense, but will it, actually work the way it's planned? We shall see. So.
I don't know, man. I look at CM Punk, then I look at somebody like Edge, who took like 9 years out of the ring, and he came back doing empty arenas, and yeah, they were like cinematic matches that were taking place, but they took some hard bumps for somebody with bad neck, and I'm like,
yeah, this is coming back into sports entertainment, and Punk left sports entertainment.
Listen, it's still some form of wrestling in it, whether you want to call it sports entertainment or wrestling or not. Them bumps can still end your career. The bumps you hit can still put damage to your body, and they can still slow you down.
That's
sure. And let's be honest, CM Punk has not been in any really, really hardcore, crazy matches, right? Like he hasn't been in like your no DQ matches or like your lights out matches or like a steel cage. This man Edge just performed in Hell in a Cell.
To motherfucking doing concertos and doing fucking 30, 45-minute matches with Randy Orton and shit.
Correct. So again, to each his own. Every sword has two edges, right? So like you can't really compare them on the both, but the point is still being made that there's some, things about it. And plus, I'm pretty sure Edge is doing some kind of physical training, right? Like I'm sure he was running or doing something like that. I feel like CM Punk, other than his UFC training, wasn't really doing that much, right? And he admitted it. He said he wasn't in the best shape. So, to each
other. Yeah. Something he thought he could do, and when he actually had to do it, realized he couldn't do it. And I respect the fact that he was like, all right, yeah, this shit ain't for me. And just, went back about his business. You know what I'm saying? And he, mind you, he immediately come back to wrestling directly after, doing UFC. He stopped doing UFC. He still kicked it a little bit. Then he started doing a little, commentary, I guess commentating for WWE. Or no, excuse me, for Fox. And then, he winds up back in AEW, which I thought, in retrospect, genius. You have no absolute ties to WWE. So when you do get out of that Fox deal or what have you, boom, you can immediately go back to wrestling in AEW. Then not only that, AEW don't have that forbidden door. So CM Punk can wrestle anywhere he feel like it, and it's still cool. John Moxley doing it all. John Moxley taking full advantage of that shit. Like John Moxley was in a whole like GCW match with Nick Gage before All Out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So if I recall correctly, but so it's just much more room for opportunity in AEW that you can't get in WWE. And then not only that, the work schedule is lighter.
Yeah.
But every honestly, man, everything makes sense at this point that AEW is the Super Smash Brothers of wrestling promotions. And at this point, WWE, while still the like well-known powerhouse, that the household name powerhouse that everybody knows, they're to wrestlers just starting to become the stepping stone to get their name out, because the party's really at AEW. That's what it's looking like. Now, as far as WWE goes on that side of the fence, WWE is actually knocking it out the fucking park with NXT. I would be the first to say I was absolutely wrong. Well, I had a wait and see approach about it, but I didn't feel positively about, Vince and Bruce taking over, in which they didn't necessarily take over. They pretty much was like, listen, we're going to move this, right? And then we're going to, take things in a new direction. We're going to keep creative. And they did. With that being said, Triple H has been out because he had like a surgery or something like that.
Yeah.
Something like that. Something serious.
Yeah.
And HBK has been, in his stead. So what we've been watching, like, and mind you, Triple H, was sidelined. I say sidelined like he's still an active wrestler and shit.
Oh.
He like wound up having to get into surgery, a few days prior to the beginning of NXT 2.0. Meaning that since NXT 2.0 has started, Sean has been in charge.
So what we're essentially seeing is the reverse version of now the ball is in my court.
Honestly, I think what we're seeing is Sean's like producing direction with Vince's vision, but Sean is taking Vince's vision and actually making it good. Not like good as in, acceptable like the other shows. But I mean, like, this, like, it goes back to being students of the game. Like, if there was anybody that more the game, Triple H was Sean. But game, Sean, where he's like, I know the game and I know how to make the game better. That's why that was the essence of John. And he wanted everybody else to that stand. That's what it was. Like, if I'm going to be in this promotion and I'm going to be the best thing fucking smoking, it's near my level. And that was his frustration with, that's why he rocked with certain people. That's why he didn't really have any problems with Bone Street Crew. But all the other, wrestlers without a, like, that wasn't in a little, group or anything like that backstage, they had a problem with the Clique because the Clique had creative ideas and they would constantly pester Vince about it. And it was a strength in numbers type of deal with them. So they would collaboratively go to Vince with ideas to where it gets to a point where Vince have little to no choice but to listen. So, yeah. Sean knows how to put on a show. That's the bottom line of it all. Trips knows how to put on a show. Matter of fact, the whole bringing indies into NXT, that idea was all Triple H's. because he like, all right, I gotta pull someone outside of the promotion. So we're gonna bring all that in, and we're gonna make NXT the best thing smoking, and it worked. You know what I mean? So this was just a matter of cleaning up the clutter that came with bringing in all of these independent talents and actually making something of it. And it's working. It is absolutely working because I'm invested in the storylines. I'm invested in the like new blood that they're bringing in. Braun Breaker, I need to eventually not deteriorate. I don't want to say deteriorate, but eventually unravel like his uncle. I need that in my life. I need Braun Breaker to be the next big Papa Pump. Like he has the like energy, he has the intensity for it, he has the look for it, he has it all. Like Rick's kid is good. You know what I'm saying? Like he's good. This mob just needs to really start separating himself from the rest of the new blood. They have this other dude, Tony D'Angelo. This might be my new favorite wrestler, though. Yo, your man's been having like little promotional vignettes or whatever, right? And he just pretty much talked about how like he does it for the family. And you know, like when he gets into the WWE, things are going to change a little bit around here. I'm like, yeah, I'm in here. I'm in for this. Like we gotta. You remember Full-Blooded Italians?
Yes.
Remember how they didn't work out?
Yes.
Remember why they didn't work out?
Trash.
They were essential caricatures of Italians. Now, Tony D'Angelo, his gimmick is the, essential Italian, right? However, scales it back a little bit to where it seems like he's kind of a part of a mafia of sorts, but it's implied, but it's not rolled out there like any other character gimmick. You know what I'm saying? So right. It's a little mystique, it's a little mystery to Tony D'Angelo. He's more than just your full-blooded Italian. You know what I'm saying? And it's even better that they show this with what they did for his backstage vignette. Not his backstage vignette, his little promo vignette. He was talking or whatever. He got a view of the bridge. It's like the water or whatever. And he cutting a promo. At the end of the promo, it pans over to his car that he was cutting the promo near. There is somebody banging inside the trunk of the car. I said, yep. I'm a Tony D'Angelo fan. He got somebody in the trunk of his car, dog. Somebody's taking a swim with the fishes, bro. I don't know who, but we finna find out. So, yeah. All right, cool. I'm in. So, and then not only that, they are keeping the, remnants from the previous generation, 1.0 of NXT, I guess you could say. So, Ciampa's champ right now. He got Goldie back. Pete Dunne is still a menace, and he's still got a squad. And Johnny Gargano is still wreaking havoc because he's a menace, but he's getting back into the North American title picture. With that being said, in the North American title picture, Carmelo Hayes, this new dude, he's North American champion now. So they're keeping an excellent balance going on here. They had the old school in the main event picture, and then they got the new school not only bringing up the singles title picture, but they're also building their names to become main event pictures as well. Like everything is firing on all cylinders. Everything that you need done in a wrestling show to get the stories across is being done on NXT. It's awesome. Which leads me to wonder what the fuck going on with Raw Smackdown, bro? They need to draft the creative writers. All right. It is supplementary. Like they need to do something. They need to make trades or something. Something gotta give, goddamn it. Because Raw and SmackDown, it's like I barely even bother to watch SmackDown because of this whole head of the table bullshit. I'm not eating Roman Reigns. Fuck you. All right. I'm just not. All right. And if you don't like it, see me. How about that? All right. I had it. I had it up here with everybody trying to boast Roman Reigns like he's like the best thing smoking. He's not. All right. He's not. I grew up on a motherfucker that was beating the shit out of the boss every week. This ain't that dude. All right. I'm sorry. The Attitude Era spoiled me. And albeit the fact that I literally just talked about how I was over the moon about Tony D'Angelo all in the same breath. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like I just absolutely hate today's, rosters. I am not a fan of them trying to shove Roman Reigns down my throat. That dude's not the charisma I seek. I'm sorry. And to each his own if that's y'all's cup of tea or whatnot, but I can't get into it. Maybe like I'll put it to you like this, right? If there was some comical effect to Roman Reigns' character, and not like you turn the head of the table into a caricature, you can still make the head of the table a like cold-blooded, calculated individual. But let's make him a little more of a smartass. Let's make him like your Sterling Archer type. You know what I'm saying? Like he know everything. You know what I'm saying? He know everything, and he know you're going to get away with it. So let's make him a bit of a dick too. You know what I'm saying? Or let's just make him being head of the table seem like a job only a extremely competent person can do, because his stooges, which is the Usos, I'm sorry, they're constantly fumbling the bag, and he's like, you can't be serious right now. Like, how do you do this? This is how it's done. Shit like that. If you give me like a situation or anything like that, I can give you a storyline like that where it works. But it just doesn't work. It just doesn't. So it's like, yo, I can't 100% watch SmackDown anymore because of that. But I tune in for Bianca Belair, who, if I'm not mistaken, is on Raw now. No. Listen, I was watching something. Yeah, no, I was watching Raw last night. And Bianca Belair is on Raw now. Becky's on Raw now. Or Becky been on Raw. I don't know, man.
Becky's on Raw. Charlotte's on SmackDown. Sasha's on
SmackDown. The draft just fucked me all up because I didn't pay attention to the draft. So I tuned into Raw last night like, oh yeah, it's a new season of Raw. yeah, let's see how that goes. Let's see if they got their shit together. And for the most part, yeah, they did get their shit together for the most part. It was actually a solid episode. Did I stick around for the last hour? No. But honestly, I'm starting to get tired of 3-hour shows. I think that's where I'm at in life. I'm starting to get tired of 3-hour shows. 2-hour shows or like an hour and a half. Those are the best usually because you're getting not only a healthy amount of matches, but you're getting a healthy amount of promo and, you know, storyline done as well. You're getting it done in a nice, neatly done package. It's not too long, it's not too short. 3 hours, it's too fucking long because y'all are wasting these 3 hours for the most part because y'all can't give us the heat that y'all give us in an hour and 30 minutes or in 2 hours in that last hour because it started the drag after a certain point. You can't give us consistent heat or it's very hard to do. And with that, I think we're going to go ahead and finish pre-show.
Works for me.